It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick Seating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. Now, let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Along with Rod Egley, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel as we bring you high school boys lacrosse as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder host the CHIAWANA Riverhawks. The Thunder come in limping a little bit, both literally and figuratively, after a tough loss to Richland earlier this week. I don't know if you got a chance to go down to the Tri-Cities and watch that, Rod. If you did, tell us about that game.
Well,
Close one, they lose 10-7.
You know, it was a good game. Wenatchee came out, got down 2 quick goals, but it was tied 5-5 at half. Second half, the breaks didn't go Wenatchee's way. I think they took more shots than Richland. Their goalie had a good night. I think he had 12 saves. And 3 goals. That was the difference in the game. Wenatchee's banged up a little bit. Jake Reiner's got a pulled hamstring, so he's a little laid up, and the defense is kind of banged up a little bit too. So, yeah, but no excuses. I think they can beat this Richland team, and they'll do better when they have them here at home next week.
Yeah, and the change of the schedule, we had planned to broadcast that game on Monday night. It's been moved to Thursday night. So, unfortunately, with all of our Apple Blossom coverage, we're not going to be able to do that. But that's a huge game coming up. But, Rod, they can't overlook CHIAWANA here tonight. No,
CHIAWANA, it's their second year in the league, and they're so much better this year than they were last year. They've got 4 wins this year. Last year, I think they didn't have any wins. Last year, they had 3 kids that had never played lacrosse before. So they've got a lot of young guys that have moved up, guys that have grown up from last year, and they're a pretty good team. I think next year they'll compete for that second playoff spot in this league.
Sure. Well, they've got 3 wins in league this season. They would love nothing more than to come up here and give Wenatchee an upset, but the Thunder have something else to say about that, and so does Coach Brandon Parker. We're going to talk to him as the pregame show continues next here as we get ready for lacrosse tonight on the NCW Life Channel. Don't go away.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back here on the pregame show as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder get ready to take on the CHIAWANA Riverhawks here on the NCW Life Channel. Now talking with Brandon Parker, our coach's interview brought to you by TC Slingers. If it's rock, bark, sand, or soil, no need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They'll place the materials for you. Well, placing yourself in the playoffs is, I know, of preeminent concern right now. Had a little stumble in that road earlier this week. Talk about the loss to Richland and how the boys are right now.
Well, yeah, so the playoff opportunity will exist one way or the other. So we will definitely be a 2 seed. If we can beat this team tonight, and then we have to play Richland again, and if we can beat them by more than 3 goals, then we will obtain the #1 seed. Richland's a good team, and we played them hard, and we gave it our best, and they came out with the win. We'll come back and give it another shot, but you never know. You know, the playoff route is still alive either way. So, we're going to give it our best.
Talk about CHIAWANA. They haven't had the greatest success so far this season, but with your boys knowing they have their future in their own destiny in their own hands, you got to take care of business here first tonight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're fired up for this one. So, and yesterday at practice, we went over a variety of things that are going to be a little different than normal, and we're going to bring some pressure, and we're going to hopefully possess the ball and get the win. This is a must-win for us. If we don't win, then we're definitely a 2 seed, and it doesn't matter what happens the rest of the season. So they have a great coach. They've got a great group of coaches. I love their parents, and their kids are good kids, and they have some really good players. So, what people always tell me is don't take them lightly and don't take it for granted or anything, because they have the capability to beat us. So, but we're really focused on our journey and what we need to do and how we need to play, and I think you'll see that tonight.
I see Cole Hansen over here hobbling around on some crutches. I know that it's great to have him around. Tell me about the rest of your health for your team.
Oh, yeah, it's been a rough year. So Cole Hansen was captain, and it was arguably our best defenseman. He had a knee surgery injury and had to take the rest of the season off. Our second, arguably, best player, face-off guy, Jake Reiner, is also out tonight because of a leg injury. He's a hamstring pull. Easton has been a little sick and was sick in the Richland game. We've had one hit after another, but what has been impressive is that I have guys that are stepping up, and they're Jake Strom is going to be doing face-offs, and he's been doing really well. We have attackmen that are picking up, for the injured guys. But I'm not going to lie by just telling you it's been a big loss to not have Cole Hansen here, and it's changed up our whole defensive strategy. And now to not have Jake Reiner in the game is a difficult thing as a coach. So
chance for guys to step up, like you said. Now, before I let you go, you want to say hello to somebody?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to say hello to my daughter Ellie, who's at home watching the game right now. She couldn't make it here tonight. So hi Ellie, I hope you watch the whole game, and text me during the game if you want to, and I'll talk to you when it's over.
Brandon, thanks for the time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Eric.
Brandon Parker joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back, get you the lineups, and get you the face-off. Coming up, it's CHIAWANA and Wenatchee here from Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Coming up next on the NCW Life Channel.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Welcome back once again to Lee Bofto Field here at the Apple Bowl. Along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Live Channels. We get ready for lacrosse action tonight. And Rod, successful weekend a week ago for the Thunder, picking up a couple of wins on Friday and Saturday against a couple of pretty decent teams, especially knocking off Stanwood
yeah,
on here on Saturday. But then that Richland game, you said knotted up at 5. Second half, what do you think the big difference was in that second half? And then what do they need to improve upon here tonight in order to get ready for that return game with Richland next week?
I think the big problem Wenatchee's had all year long has been clearing the ball from the defensive end to the offensive end. Too many turnovers, too many missed opportunities. They did have a lot of shots on goal in that second half, but they just wouldn't go in. And I think, they were playing good offense, just the breaks weren't going their way. I think next week when they play Richland again, they'll be ready to go here at home. This CHIAWANA team, pretty good ball club, a lot of young guys. I think Wenatchee should be able to kind of get their groove back tonight.
CHIAWANA comes in with a record of 2-5 in league play. I think I said they had 3 wins, just 2 wins in league play. They're 4-10 overall. and are coming in after falling to Sela here just a couple of days ago, 15-4. They had a tough game with Southridge, losing 9-5, and they did come up with a win here last Friday by a score of 20-7 over Hanford. So something to build on, but as you talked to their coaching staff before the ball game, they're without 5 guys here tonight.
Yeah, they've got a few kids that are sick and some that are out with injury. So that'll hurt because their top scorer is out. That's Shea Fellows, number 7. So he's not here tonight. He scored 12 goals in league play this year. So he's their top guy, and they'll miss him tonight.
Well, speaking of guys that are injured, Wenatchee listed 3 captains going into the season. 2 of those are down, one for the count in Cole Hansen. The other, well, who knows how long Jake Reiner is going to be out with that hamstring. Coach told me he hopes to have him back by the game against Richland next week, but you just never know with those hamstrings.
You know, anybody that's had a hamstring injury knows that, it starts feeling better, and then you go out and you try and run and you can't, and he, as a face-off guy, he needs his legs, and that was apparent. He tried to go against Richland, and he just couldn't get to the ball after the face-offs, and so he needed to sit, and I hope they sit him this week, and he's ready to go next Thursday against Richland.
Well, we've got the CHIAWANA team out there on the center stripe talking with our officials here, Brian Walker and Todd Strom. So let's take a look at their lineup here as they've got their backs nicely to us with the numbers. These are going to be easier numbers to read there, Ron.
A lot better.
I felt sorry for you and Todd here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a little tough.
All right, so Ryan Sullivan getting the start here for CHIAWANA. He is a midi and a senior. Not very many upperclassmen on this CHIAWANA squad. Andrew Gadd also getting the start. He's a freshman attacker. Let's see, I cut off the first name, so I apologize. Schwendeman is number 11. He's a defenseman where he's a sophomore. Gabe Lucina is a sophomore. He's on the attack. Jose Morales is out of Pasco High School, one of the few that's from another high school down in the Tri-Cities. He's a freshman in the midi. Kyle Johnson is a sophomore attacker. He wears number 18. Josh Needham is a freshman defenseman. Andrew Castejea is wearing number 25. He's a junior defenseman. Caleb Levitt is a long stick. He's a sophomore. And you've got Jonathan Breslow, who's in goal. And we are underway here tonight on the NCW Live Channel. Appreciate you joining us here as we're with the face-off, and CHIAWANA coming up with the loose ball. And so they will get it down into the sunny end here at Lee Bofto Field. And we'll have that sunshine here for another 10, 15 minutes before we can kind of give a break to our eyes. And a quick shot, but kind of a whiff there, taken by Caleb Levitt on the right side of the goal mouth here for CHIAWANA. But an attempt at a shot early on, so a little positive movement there. But so far, Wenatchee Valley in the defense able to come up with a stop as the ball comes up with Alan Butcherite. He'll bring it across the midfield strength, get it into the box as he'll work it down right side to John Walker here for Wenatchee.
Yeah, Wenatchee would probably try and slow it down just a little bit. No, Tristan Block is going to take his shot.
Just as you said that, Block with a shot from the left side about 10 yards out. It was deflected, picked up by CHIAWANA. Loose ball on the turf here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. They does CHIAWANA come up with the ball. They get it across the midfield stripe, but they're running out of time on that tick-tock to get down inside the box, the blue line. They do not turn it over as Wenatchee Valley comes up with it. And again, on the far right side of the field here, John Walker with it, looking for some help, so he'll bring it out, and they'll set up the offense here with Mason Dahlbeck. And coming off the bench, Rhett Govea will check into the contest here for Coach Parker.
This time they'll slow it down and set up the offense.
Also coming in for Wenatchee is Sam Williams. So now they've got the offensive crew they want out there right now. Work it over to the right to Walker. Down low on the right side. Coming around the back of the net, Higley. He'll feed the throw or the shot taken by Sam Williams off the mark, and coming up with a loose ball outside is Tristan Plock. Boy, Tristan's had a great year so far.
Oh, yeah, he really has, and he's really had some big games. There's been a couple of games where he's been shut down, where he's almost tried to do too much, but he's such an athletic kid that he'll get some shots and he'll get some goals almost every game.
Working around the perimeter are the Wenatchee Thunder here as they get it back behind Ben Higley. And, Ben's another one there, Dad. And a nice shot and a goal scored as we started off here. Sam Williams with the first tally of the game on the assist from Ben Higley. And I was just going to say, your son's played really well as well.
You know, he's had some good games. He was shut down against Richland. He only had 1 assist against Richland. He hit the goalie a couple times. He missed a couple of times, so he had a rough game last week. But, yeah, he's had a few goals this year, and not as many as he'd like and not as many as the coach would like. But he's been an integral part this year.
So Higley on the assist, Williams on the goal with 9:36 to go here in the first quarter. And Wenatchee on top, 1-0 here over CHIAWANA. And talking with the coaching staff and also talking with the players. They're very well aware of what's happening as far as playoff positioning and possibly a number 1 seed. They know that defensively they need to throw a shutout here tonight.
You know, they really do. It comes down to that. If Wenatchee doesn't beat by Richland by 4 games and let's say they win by 3, then it does come down to how many goals they've scored in league and how many they've given up.
And a tough turnover there. John Walker, the pass a little bit high to him over on the sideline as it was tossed to him by Dahlbeck. CHIAWANA will get it back to their goalie, Jonathan Breslow. Breslow on the far side. Boy, they take a while and give credit to Wenatchee's defense for pestering. And a turnover there, and there's Higley. He's behind everybody, and he'll shoot and score.
That's where Ben's at his best, when he can get the turnover in his own end. And, hey, an open net, you can't beat that, right?
Absolutely. Well, Breslow was out there trying to feed outside after they had trouble getting the ball out of their own end. And Ben not only comes up with the interception, he also comes up with the goal, and that gives Wenatchee a 2-0 lead here, early going in this first quarter.
Now, face-offs have, with Jake Reiner being out, Jake Strom's been taking the bulk of the face-offs these last couple of games, and he's a real solid face-off guy, but ever since his knee injury, he hasn't been quite as quick off the ball, and so it'll be interesting to see these wing guys if they can get to the ball after Jake gets the face-off, if he gets it.
Yeah, talking with Coach Parker, he said that Jake's done a great job in his stead, but he just doesn't have quite the quickness.
Right. And I don't know if that's the knee injury or if it's just his own body style. He gets that one.
That was a nice job of taking care of business there as he chases it down, gets it inside the box here for Wenatchee on the attack. So now they'll be able to set the offense and get some other bodies in there. As coming in is Lucas Job. Also coming into the lineup, Mason Dahlbeck here for Wenatchee. Job has it out top, spying inside to Higley. They'll go back behind to Plock. Plock back to Higley. They like that 2-man game on the left side. Here's a shot, but right into the webbing. Lucas Job's is shot caressed there by Breslow. Outlet pass, a little better this time as they get it out to
They lost it again.
And lost it again. So they can't even get it up across the midfield
Strom's
stripe.
got a shot.
And a shot, and nearly a goal.
That's going to be going the other way.
It will. The nearest player to it was the goalkeeper, and so it will be out to CHIAWANA here.
You had to take that shot, though. It was just one-on-one against the goalie, so you can't blame Jake for taking that shot. But he needs to get that one on the cage with no one behind the net.
Absolutely. 4 shots to 1 here so far as my tally is concerned, as we're 8-12 remaining here in the first quarter of play. 4 quarters they play here in lacrosse. Finally, CHIAWANA gets it across the midfield stripe as it's in the hands of Jose Morales, but then he loses the handle. It's picked up quickly, and Mason Dahlbeck has a fast break the other way. Here's Higley. Over the left side, the ball tripped on the ground, but then picked up over there on the left by Plock. Plock's going to wait and set the offense. Or maybe he won't. That was a shot, and even though it didn't go out of the end line, it's still considered a shot. Wenatchee was closest to it, so the Thunder will have the ball. Ben Higley will work it behind the goal over in the right in the shadows here at Liebofto Field. Outside it comes to Dahlbeck. Back to Higley, then down right. Dahlbeck again collects it between the numbers. And a feed inside, but that could have been a little wind or sunshine in the eyes of Lucas Job. Pestering in the back is the Thunder. CHIAWANA comes up with a ball as Schwindeman has it. The long stick feeds up across midfield. Again, that ball's loose on the ground. Who's going to come up with a loose ball? It's still on the ground. Nice job defending there by Butcherite. And still nobody's got it. And now it's going to be a push or no.
Time. They didn't get it across in time, so it's a Wenatchee ball. So it's nice to see Wenatchee pressuring the ball all over the field today, So they're riding hard on these. They want to get out and get a good start against this CHIAWANA team, you can tell.
4 turnovers in the early going here for CHIAWANA. Wenatchee nearly turned the ball over, but they collected back here as Quinn Rounds will have it here for the Thunder.
I think that's Sam Williams, 29.
Oh, 29. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, sir. So Williams, now they'll work it back to Higley, back behind the goal. He'll come outside with it. Now Dahlbeck takes a shot. Nice job of getting the netting down by Jonathan Breslow. Makes another stop.
That goalie's going to have his work cut out for him tonight, it looks like.
Especially right now with that sunshine setting off to the west. He's looking right into it. And a nice interception there by Sage Kreider.
He's had so many of those this year. He's just playing like a cornerback. He's just all over the ball.
He's got that long stick, and I thought he was going to take that shot.
He wanted to. Those deep holes love to take a shot when they get a chance.
Tristan Block had it, and now gives it back to back behind, as it was Walker for a moment. Now out between the hash marks it comes, as checking in is Rhett Govea here for the Thunder.
This is actually where Wenatchee struggled the most this year in their set offense. They just haven't been able to get a lot of goals against the better teams. With CHIAWANA, I think their defense doesn't slide quite as good as some, so they may get more opportunities today.
Pluck goes back behind, collects it again here on the left side. Trying to feed in the middle. That's going to come up near midfield, and
over and back.
Going to be whistled against Wenatchee. So second turnover here for the Thunder. Easton Hudson will come back in on the defensive side. CHIAWANA with just one shot on goal here so far in the contest as we wind our way through the first quarter of play. Wenatchee on top, 2-0. Good job again, pestering over there by the defense on the ball handling by Eli Barajas.
Oh.
And he's triple teamed in there, and they just steal it away from him.
And Easton comes away with the ball. He's so fast, he can just run past these two guys.
It's amazing how well he handles that long stick, too.
Oh, yeah. He really is an exceptional player on this team.
We have a whistle, and we have a timeout on the field, so we'll take a break as well. 60-second break here on our broadcast. 2-0. Wenatchee leading CHIAWANA, 5:07 to go in the first. We're back after this on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color FX in Cashmere. Color FX offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back here to Lee Bofto Field as we're in the first quarter of this lacrosse match between Wenatchee and CHIAWANA with the Thunder on top 2-0. Along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel. Our broadcast brought to you by the Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube, including front and four-wheel alignment. Online at alignpros.com or at 182 Eastmont Avenue. After the timeout, Rod, I didn't see who call for the timeout. Do you have to have possession?
Yeah, you have to have possession. So CHIAWANA timeout is a good call. Didn't they have the ball? No,
Wenatchee had the ball.
Yeah,
so
I'm surprised that they called the timeout, but Coach wanted to tell them to do something here, and they're only up 2-0 in this quarter, and they've had about, 7 shots.
Yeah, that's true. Dahlbeck with it, and he'll tap a toe inside the box and bring it back out. Looks over to the sideline, and they're waiting for somebody to come in on the line exchange, and finally coming in is Sam Williams, who's got one of their 2 goals here tonight. And Wenatchee, after a timeout, you'd think that they'd have everybody ready to go.
Yeah.
But not the case here as Rhett Govea comes in finally. Now they got the numbers they want as they'll work it out top. Walker with it. Down right he'll go to Higley. Back behind to Plock. Plock out into the middle. Dahlbeck. I think he was thinking about the shot before he collected the ball.
Definitely, but he's going to get one off, I think.
He got it back, and Plock, nice job backing up. See if they quickly come back up for a shot. That ball is partially checked there. Loose on the ground, but a nice job chasing as Sam Williams comes up with it. Now to Higley. Back behind to Plock. Plock outside it comes, and looking at the shot was Govea. Had a gap, didn't take it. Got another gap, but again the defense comes and pass outside, going to trickle out near midfield. but a nice job of chasing it down by Mason Dahlbeck.
They have to do a better job taking care of the ball. That was a problem against Richland, and they just can't afford the turnovers.
Higley back across to Plock as they work it counterclockwise. Again, a pass low, and a hard time digging it out is Dahlbeck. Ball still loose on the ground. Leaping over a body is Sam Williams to come up with it, and now he'll feed to Higley. Ben with it over on the perimeter right side, comes back behind the net, and will give it up to Plock. Tristan back to Ben Higley. Outside it comes. Now a bounce shot in and good for Sam Williams.
That's a good shot. Taking it off the turf like that is difficult for that goalie to pick it up and move his stick back up. He's chasing the ball down, and then it comes back up on him.
So with 3:24 to go here in the first quarter of play, Williams with his second goal of the game. Higley with his second assist of the game. And Wenatchee leads it 3-0.
It's nice to see Sam. He's playing a little bit more midi now. He's was kind of a backup attack most of the year, so he's getting a little bit more playing time. And this is a great opportunity for him to get some goals.
Remind our camera ladies that now the sun is dipped behind the hill, so if you need to make any filter adjustments, now would be the time to do so. Ryan Sullivan will face off here with Jake Strom.
He does a pretty good job with the faceoff, this Sullivan. He's a senior, and I think he's been taking a lot of the faceoffs for CHIAWANA this year. I think Shea Fellows, the number 7, also takes faceoffs, and he's not here tonight. So he'll probably get all of them tonight.
So he's the only senior that's here dressed up.
That's amazing. You look at
CHIAWANA.
You look at this roster.
A lot of freshmen.
Yeah. So they're going to be good moving forward.
Nice job of moving his body in front of the other man on the faceoff, and so we get the and a nice shot to the goal. How did he find the room from the left side there? But finding the back of the net is Tristan Plock, and Wenatchee's up 4-0 just like that.
That was a Connor Tilley angle, as you'd like to say.
Yeah.
I like to get Connor Tilley's name on out there because he'd always take those shots that there was no angle on. But nice job by Tristan.
And I think Strom was the one who fed him the ball, and he comes up with a shot right away. And a nice job by Strom. I was trying to say that he used his body to get in front of Ryan Sullivan on that face-off after the ball was loose.
Yeah.
Then he kicked it to himself, picked it up, and then fed over to
Well,
Plock.
he fed it to Ben first and then
he
over
did.
to
Okay.
Plock.
All right.
Yeah, so Ben got the
another assist there for
on
Ben Higley. 10 seconds apart in the goals there, and Wenatchee up 4-0. This time, Ryan Sullivan will they'll
procedure on the he must have moved on the face-off.
So CHIAWANA with the ball, and they, what is that? Only the third time they've got it inside the box on the Wenatchee end of the field. They have one shot on goal so far.
They could get one there.
And a nice look on the left-handed shot attempt by Kyle Johnson, but a good job for Wenatchee by Jack Jorgensen to get the net down, and there's Wenatchee back in transition quickly. Plock collects it over down left. He'll give it up across the way to Walker. Walker works his way back to Plock. Plock will bring it back out himself right in front with the shot and the goal.
That's Tristan's move from the right side there, and with nobody sliding over to him like that, he just wide open against the goalie. So pretty easy goal for Tristan.
Give Walker the assist on that one. Plock with the goal with 2:36. And bam, 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 suddenly Wenatchee's up 5-0.
Maybe that's what Coach called the timeout for. Said, hey, we don't want to just go this quarter 2-0. Let's score some goals here.
Well, and that's exactly what you don't want to do no matter what sport it is. If you give the visiting team a chance to keep it close, that's just what they want, and certainly not what Wenatchee wants here this evening. So the Thunder up 5-0 with 2:36 to go here in the first quarter of play. Again, Strom out there on the faceoff along with Sullivan. The official blows his whistle. Sullivan falls down. Strom comes up with it. Feeds left to Higley. Higley back to Plock. Plock, here he comes. Tristan again in front. Turns, shoots, and scores!
And that time he did have somebody on him, but it didn't matter. Nice job, Tristan.
There was about a sea of 5 sticks that was in front of him, and somehow he's able to feed it through.
He's just a big, strong kid, so the good defensive teams will get in on his hands and disrupt him, and then he'll have a hard time getting that target. But these younger defensive players are just going for his body, and that's not going to get it done against a guy like Tristan.
So give the hat trick to Tristan Plock, 3 goals in a row. Some of the scoring has been ridiculous for these guys this year. I think Tristan's had, what, a 5-6 goal game or something like that along the way.
He's had a bunch.
I know Ben's had a few that big games as well.
It's hard because the league with these new teams, this Hanford team and Hermiston's not real good this year in CHIAWANA. So you get those big scores against some weaker teams. But when you play the better teams, they've had trouble scoring.
Coming up with the ball is Easton Hudson. He'll get it into the offensive set here for Wenatchee and then retreat. And then coming out is Rhett Govea. Also coming out into the lineup will be Lucas Job. And Job will collect the ball. Excuse me, no, it's Govea with it. Rhett will work between the hash marks. Come left side to Higley. Ben back behind. It goes to Williams. Sam's got a couple of goals here in the game so far. A lot of body collisions away from the ball on the weak side of the net. And a spin and a shot and a nice look there by Rhett Govea. And this is going to be out to CHIAWANA. Nice hustle by the goalie there, Jonathan Breslow.
He looks like he's limping just a little bit, too.
Mm-hmm.
He may have a hamstring problem.
It could be.
Let's see if they can get it across this time.
So Breslow, the goalie with it, and dangerous here if you turn it over, because then, as we saw earlier, Ben took advantage of an empty net situation.
Ball's down again.
Ball loose on the ground. Wenatchee coming up with it. And beautiful job there by Wenatchee's Josh Bouchon. He used his body to screen and able to get Sage Kreider over there to pick up the loose ball. So Wenatchee in the offensive attack again as Ben Higley has it. Where the guys are getting just as much exercise coming on and off the offensive sets on the line change as they are out there running the offense.
That's good to see, though. You want to see guys coming in and out, and they'll get a little chance to rest on the bench.
Lucas Job with it between the hash marks. Will go right side over to Walker. John will look at a left-handed shot, shoot, and score.
John Walker's a kid that's had a great year, too. He's had some big games, and he's really come on and worked himself pretty much into the starting lineup, this year.
That makes it 7-0 Wenatchee. 47.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Walker, I don't know if he tends to favor the left side, but no, boy, that was a strong shot.
He's a strong right-handed player, but with Tristan being so good on the right side that the other attack guys have had to either play in the X position or the left side, and so because Tristan is so dominant right-handed that you want to keep him on that right side of the goal.
I imagine you have your right hand, if that's your dominant hand on the bottom of the stick, to flick it like that. It probably even gets you just as much speed.
It actually is on the top,
It
so,
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Digging it out and coming up with it is Wenatchee again on the faceoff as Easton Hudson collects it here for the Thunder with 38 seconds. He wants to maybe shoot
it. He
will, and it's deflected off of the face
mask,
he put it and then tripped in, and that's going to be a goal.
He may be a crease violation.
Easton Hudson, I think he was maybe in the crease.
Yeah, still it was a good hustle play.
Now his stick, is that part of the body?
No, I think he had to
because
have stepped
I
in
think
the
he
crease.
was outside the crease, but his stick went across and hit the goalie as he had the ball in his stick.
Too bad we don't have Todd Strom in the booth today. We could ask him. But, so
Todd's busy down there on the field, and nearly a goal for CHIAWANA back the other way as it was on the shot. That time Conrad Moe with 19.7 seconds left. CHIAWANA with their second shot on goal here in this first quarter of play. And they'll back it out to Jose Morales. He's one that's also taken a shot here for the Riverhawks. As he'll work it to the left side with 1 second left. And they're going to get a shot off. And that will be the end of our first quarter of play. And what a quarter it was for Tristan Plock and the Wenatchee Valley Thunder as they lead it 7-0 over CHIAWANA. You're watching lacrosse tonight here on the NCW Live Channel. Back with the second quarter right after this.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
So if they're wide, they don't.
Welcome back once again here to Lieboff. Along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Grandstrom. Wenatchee leads it 7-0 as we head to the second quarter. Our broadcast brought to you by Automoka. What's your Automoka emergency? Visit one of their 6 locations in the Valley, including the only Automoka with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. Also by Color FX, offering screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and logo design for your team, school, business, or church at a fair price. Locally owned for over 20 years, call Color FX at 509-470-9586. Well, happy Apple Blossom Festival. It's officially underway. Yesterday with the Chief for a Day program at noon. And, of course, tonight they have the big church gathering in the park. And a lot of festivities happening down at Memorial Park as we get ready for the youth parade tomorrow. And we'll be just across the street here, Rod, broadcasting the parade tomorrow morning.
What a great time of year, and it's so nice to see the weather the way it is, and it's calmed down. There's no wind right now, and so what a beautiful night to kick Apple Blossom.
Absolutely, and we're crossing our fingers. The forecast for tomorrow is really windy. I mean, gust at 30 miles an hour. Yeah. So we're crossing our fingers that maybe it blew itself out tonight, and we won't have that till even maybe after the parade tomorrow.
That'd be good.
Well, 7-0, and unofficial shots on goal so far, 12-3 in favor of Wenatchee Valley, as we'll send the same 2 combatants out there for the face-off, Jake Strom against Ryan Sullivan for the Riverhawks. Well, what positives do you talk about if you're the Riverhawks coach in that first quarter?
There wasn't a lot. They've got to do a better job of controlling the ball. When they have had it in their end, they've been attacked by the Wenatchee defense and have turned it over a lot. So, they've got to do a better job taking care of the ball.
So here we go. The face-off. The teams will exchange ends and head in the opposite direction. So Wenatchee will be going from left to right as we look at it here at Lieboff Field. We have a whistle coming after the face-off, and they're going to award this to CHIAWANA.
I think they called a hold on Jake that time, which is one of his deals. He does like to use his body to move the guy out of the way.
So Ryan Sullivan, the face-off man, will bring it up and touch inside the box here for the Riverhawks as he's looking for a chance to shoot, but instead has the ball knocked away from him. Loose ball on the ground, and again, Easton Hudson, just so talented on the defensive side.
He's probably their best long stick midfielder.
And Hudson tries for the shot.
That's a good shot. I mean, it was backed up. It doesn't really hurt anything, and it gets him a chance to get back off the field.
It was a good idea, too, to go to the turf with that shot,
yes.
But I think with that long stick, the angle as such is just a little bit too off for him.
Yeah, Easton's got a few points this year. He's got a goal and a couple of assists, I believe.
So Wenatchee works the offense here as they'll come around near side to John Walker, back behind the net to Ben Higley. Higley wants to turn, spin. No, he'll give it up. And now the shot taken and the goal from the left side.
Block again.
Tristan Block with his 4th goal of the night.
Yeah, so he's just deadly from that spot. One of the downsides is he's always in that spot. So when you get against one of the better teams, they know that he's double him and take the ball away from him. But yeah, he's got CHIAWANA's number tonight.
And how about Ben Higley now with his 4th assist on the night, plus a goal. So a good night for Ben here this evening, and a good night for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder as they're up 8-0 with 11:13 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Ben does a good job with his vision on the field. He is always looking to where everything is, and so he's just a real asset for playmaking.
And it is Strom that comes up. Well, the ball's still loose on the ground, but Wenatchee does get the face-off here as Alan Butcheride helps out with his long stick, but then has the stick knocked away, ball
still
loose
in.
on the floor.
He got it
He
back.
picks it up and then whacked from behind, and they're going to throw a flag on that one.
Are they really?
Yeah. The official reached in his pocket for his flag, but
I think it was all stick. I really do.
Yeah. He reached in, and now he's getting Strom is getting the word
earful
from the coaching staff here on the near side, Wenatchee coaching staff. A big smile creases his face.
That's why Todd doesn't like to referee, because he doesn't like to get criticized.
Wenatchee again comes up with yet another turnover. That is 7 in the ball game unofficially here for CHIAWANA. Well, Wenatchee turns it right back over as it goes out of bounds on the far sideline.
Well, it's nice to see CHIAWANA showing some fire on those sidelines.
And now they got a feed in close, and the shot taken off the mark, though, is Barajas, his 3rd shot of the game, and their 4th shot overall. Here comes Wenatchee back in transition, though. Higley out front, feeds to Plock. Plock has the ball go off of his stick.
He got it
collects
back.
it back, though. Nice job of chasing after it. He'll work off a pick here, then come near side, and then back away and wait for some help outside. He'll feed it outside to Lucas Job. Also coming in is Sam Williams. Job spinning out top, defended out there on a mark by Caleb Levitt for CHIAWANA. Back behind. Now the advance. Oh, the feed and the shot. Takes a skip, but a nice job again on the block by Breslow.
Yeah, that was the interception by Rhett Govea on that, so Wenatchee's got the ball again.
Beauty. Another turnover here for CHIAWANA. That gives them 9 unofficially here in this first half. Of course, any stat I give you is always unofficial. Left side to Plock. He's had the hot hand here, so why stop feeding him, huh, Coach?
Right. You want to get the other guys involved for sure, though, and there's plenty of guys out there that can score.
Yeah, John Walker will feed it back to Ben Higley. Looked like John wanted to take a stab at it. Ben Higley will, though. He'll shoot.
He hit the goalie.
I mean, he was point blank and hit the glove, I think,
yeah,
of the goalie, Breslow.
He needs to find a corner on those.
Yeah, I mean, that was, 5 yards away?
Yeah, less, probably. Another turnover.
Another turnover. Nice job, again, by Bouchong there at midfield to knock that ball away and force another turnover, as it is now 10 turnovers in the half for CHIAWANA. We'll see if Wenatchee can take advantage as we wind the clock here. 8:41 remaining in the second quarter. We got a flag that came flying out here. I think Wenatchee's got too many men on the field. Is the official on the far side was counting as he came after the flag was tossed. Let's see.
I think it might have been an offsides against CHIAWANA, and that's why the player ran up and knocked the ball out.
Okay.
So he knew he had the penalty on him, so he might as well go disrupt the play.
Okay, and then we're going to have a, 1-minute penalty.
I think it should be 30 seconds.
30 seconds,
for the
okay.
offside, I think.
Barajas, the one who's been taking the shots for CHIAWANA, having to sit for at least a few seconds.
We'll see what happens when he goes back on the field here.
Yep. So Wenatchee with the ball. No turnover here for the Thunder. Back behind a Plock. Tristan feeds left side as they'll bring it back around. Higley has rotated from behind the net to out top of the offensive set here. Plock goes left side, and now here's the shot. And a nice save again by Breslow on a rifle by Rhett Govea.
He's getting lots of practice tonight, but I'm afraid that it's going to come back his way again pretty soon here.
Yep, just a 30-second penalty as he comes back in, does Barajas. Meanwhile, the ball loose and another turnover going to be whistled or given by CHIAWANA.
That's right,
as Govea brings it up the far sideline. They still need to touch inside the box here. Now they do. As Higley will feed to Plock. Plock back behind. Will give it up to Walker.
That's a good shot.
Walker across and a nice point-blank shot by Strom off the mark. But then Ben Higley will collect it, and he will get the goal.
You know, Wenatchee has really put pressure on in the unsettled situations, and you can see that CHIAWANA wasn't able to catch back up in that situation, and Ben got a pretty open shot at the goal.
Well, they were just as lost as I was trying to find the ball there for a minute, as Wenatchee did a great job of working it around the perimeter, missing the shot, but still keeping the ball alive, not waiting, just come and attack again.
Yeah. And that's what they need to do. And I think if they do that against Richland next week, they'll have much better success.
So the goal by Higley is his second of the game. An assist given to Walker there that time around. 7:37 left in the first half. Wenatchee in command right now, 9-0. But if you've been watching any of this lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel and our coverage of Thunder lacrosse, you know that the scoring can come quick. Speaking of which, here's Plock again.
Oh, he drew that one back, but he took a shot anyway.
He did. The blue wave in front of the goalie, Breslow.
He's getting his work. This goalie is going to get a lot of practice tonight.
Yeah. 16 shots on goal I've got Wenatchee for. Now in the contest, Breslow.
Boy, they're putting some pressure on
the
him.
Goalie with it.
They
flips
got
it across midfield. They got it in to Herrera, and now he'll get it in the box. And again, it's been difficult just for Chiawana to get it in the box.
And that's going to roll out of bounds for another turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate Chiawana's down 5 guys tonight, and losing their best scorer, you know, that's gonna be an emotional hit for the team. They kept the ball back. I don't know how they got that back.
I thought that was a turnover for sure. Yeah. They got a new body out there, and that is Jack Sikowicz. Sikowicz with the ball. Where's number 30? He's pestered out there by Kreider. He'll come in front, though, and I thought maybe he's going to spin and take the shot. Does not. Ball came loose. And a nice job of defensing there by Zontek. Ball loose on the floor, and a nice little kick there. And then coming up with it is Lucas Job for Wenatchee.
He feeds it down to Block, back to Ben, and I think Ben's got another shot.
He does. And Ben Higley with the goal. And a nice job there, Dad, to take over on that call. I like that.
Yeah, well, I couldn't help myself.
10th tally of the night here for Wenatchee Valley, as Higley gets the feed, and it was Plock on the assist, I think, that time. His first assist of the game.
It's nice to see Kurt Zontek out there. He's a kid that took a couple years off from lacrosse, and so he's a senior this year, and he's mostly played JV, but it's nice to see him get some varsity action.
Going to get a new face-off man out there for Chiawana. Caleb Levitt will try his hand. Now, he's a long stick on the roster, but obviously using a short stick out there right now.
There's some, well, he may have his long stick, and that's an advantage. I mean, you can really disrupt the player, but he didn't take advantage of it.
So Wenatchee gets a face-off. Strom will feed it outside to Walker. Wenatchee has time to work the offense, get some bodies in, as they will make the exchange with the ball is Sam Williams. Williams on the far side, kind of a lackadaisical pass over there as Plot comes up with it. Now a no-look feed inside, the ball loose on the ground again, and another loose ball. But Wenatchee, I can't tell you how many loose balls they've come up with here tonight. The majority of them, that's for sure.
You've got to get to those ground balls. I mean, that's really it's a change of possession if they give them up, you know.
Plock with the shot. It was well off the mark behind the goal, but Wenatchee nearest the end line is Higley, and he'll have it behind the net.
That's a bad pass.
Passes out towards midfield.
That's over
Bouchon can't get it, and who's going to touch it? It will be over and back on Wenatchee. So a rare turnover tonight for the Thunder. That's only their 4th unofficially.
That's good. I mean, that's really been a problem for them this year, and so it's good to kind of get their turnovers down in this game.
Barajas will feed it inside. It goes to Swarthwaite. Ball loose on the ground again, and Chiawana comes up with it this time. We got a whistle. Jose Morales had it.
I think Chiawana called a timeout.
Timeout called by the Riverhawks. So we'll take a 60-second break as well on the broadcast with 5:15 to go here in the first half. 10-0 all Wenatchee. We're back after this on the NCW Live Channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Faprita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Faprita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Fapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Coverage of lacrosse on the NCW Live Channel brought to you in part by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. Also by One Way Construction, a premier custom home builder and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. Online at onewayconstructionnw.com. All Wenatchee right now leading at 10-0. With 5:15 to go here in the first half of play, along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Granstrom. Good crowd on hand across the way. I'm sure the majority of those being Wenatchee fans on this first night of the 11-day Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, celebrating its 100th year this year. It is a big deal, especially this year.
Definitely. I don't know if you've seen any clips from that film.
I actually saw the film.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. If you've been living in Wenatchee for any more than a couple years, you cannot help but feel swelling of pride when you watch that,
No question
that film
about
by
it.
North 40 Productions. They did a great job. All right, so it's CHIAWANA ball after the timeout by the Riverhawks. And again, pestering the defense there is Sage Kreider. And the ball turned over again as Wenatchee comes up with it. They'll get it to Jorgensen, and he will bring it out and look for the outlets. Jorgensen's had some pretty good success going lengthy with those passes at times, but he'll toss it up to Bouchon. And Bouchon will get it across the midfield stripe.
Josh playing with a short stick. You don't see that very often.
I noticed that. They changed the amount here. I wonder if he's back on the defensive side. I thought maybe they may have put him on the offensive set here. Higley with the ball near side right. He'll bring it back outside and feed it off to Lucas Job, and then off to Dahlbeck. Mason to Job. Job back to Ben. Ben looking in, and a nice flash there, but the ball loose on the ground again, and Dahlbeck will chase it down after Govea couldn't handle the pass from Ben Higley. Long pass across over to Plock. And Tristan comes up with it after a couple of hops.
He wants to
He'll
shoot.
drive in, shoot, and score. Goes weak side on the ground with the shot, and Tristan Plock. How about it? 5 goals here tonight.
You know, like you said earlier, he's had some big games this year, and you know, a guy like Tristan, he's just so big and so dominant that, and you can't blame the kid for wanting to score all the time. That's for sure.
3:55 to go here in the first half of play. 11-0 Wenatchee.
Was that 5 goals for him now?
Yeah, 5 goals on the night.
Wow.
I think Dahlbeck got the assist on that one, on the feed to the left side.
Wenatchee's done this with the long sticks on the wings, 2 long sticks out there, and it's been pretty effective. But Jake Strom seems to be taking care of business.
Boy, I'll tell you, he's doing a great job filling in for Jake Reiner on the faceoffs here for Wenatchee. Collects yet another one. In fact, I only think he's lost, 2?
Well, there was
faceoffs here tonight, and
one
a
loss and one procedure,
Yeah. Wenatchee works it around the perimeter, slowing things down just a tad as Sam Williams has it. And I guess, you know, we look at the scoreboard right now, Rod, and we're looking at that matchup next Thursday with Richland and what basically will be a battle for first place. It's a matter of goals against, not necessarily for, correct?
Well, I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard the conversation.
I think it's a differential between, so it does matter how many goals you
Nice shot inside, and a goal scored here this time by Jake Strom.
Nice to see Jake get a tally on the scoreboard, too.
And I think Williams had the feed to him there.
It should be just goals against, but because you don't want to see these teams run it up.
So basically, if Wenatchee wins tonight, gets a shutout, Richland doesn't play again until they play Wenatchee next week. And so coming into that game, Wenatchee would need to win by 4, I think, to get outright first place and get the number 1 seed into the postseason. If they win by 3, then it goes to the goals against situation on the season, is how it was explained to me down on the field beforehand. So it's not just, and that's this kind of the sorry situation for Wenatchee, because it's not just league games, it's your whole season.
Oh, is that right?
And Wenatchee's played a lot of really tough opponents here this season.
Yeah, they have. You would think it would be just the league games.
And I could be wrong. Again, that's unofficial.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That was a conversation that was happening on the field with some folks that are a lot smarter than I, especially when it comes to lacrosse here before the game here tonight. So Wenatchee with it, and wow, what a slash there, and we're going to get a penalty.
We might have a loose ball push,
I see Higley hitting the turf, and whack by, well, they're just going to say no penalty.
Yeah, so a loose ball push is just a possession penalty, so there's nobody has to sit.
Okay. So Wenatchee with the ball as they'll work it again around the perimeter going counterclockwise. Pass outside comes to Lucas Job. He'll give it up to Strom. Strom, as they go a little weave out top to Walker. Walker looking down underneath finds Ben Higley. Ben using the net to screen himself will give it on a feed and a shot from the left side by Plock, and it will be Wenatchee ball.
Yeah, that goalie is a little limp, but he's been hustling after those balls.
He really has. You'd think he'd turn around and see a gray jersey there and just go, well,
I'm
that's
not going to
okay.
get it.
Yeah. But give him credit for hustling, that's for sure.
Goalie's a different animal. I don't think they have any quit in them.
Toss inside, the ball a little bit high, and that's going to be a turnover here for Wenatchee. Tough one there. Is ball loose on the ground again.
Nope.
And, almost an own goal there for CHIAWANA. And a nice job chasing after it for Wenatchee. Coming up with it was Tristan Plock. Got the loose ball. And again, Wenatchee getting the majority of those here tonight. Ground balls, I guess, is officially the title in lacrosse. Higley has it behind with under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Wenatchee led it 7-0 at the end of one, leading it 11-0 here, trying to add some more. Now the drive by Williams. He's cut off by the defense, spins back around, feeds to Plock, even with the goal. Now back behind to Higley with 1:30 to go. Higley turns, fires, point blank, and right there again is the goalie, Breslow, for the stop.
That's happened quite a bit. He just needs to get that ball down in a corner, I think, and be better success.
Long stick comes up with a loose ball here for CHIAWANA. Levitt had it, but then they'll turn it right back over again.
That's unfortunate. It looked like they had something going there. I mean, not that I'm rooting for the other team.
Well, but they had bodies, you know, and it looked like they were going to have an opportunity. But again, Wenatchee give the Thunder credit. They've been really pestering at midfield and really making it tough to get the ball in the offensive end.
All over the field they have.
Higley with it at midfield now with 1:01 to go. Nice spin there. Looking for some help, wants to get it inside before the time runs out on him. He'll back in and put the right foot in, does the hokey pokey. Now they'll feed inside. With the ball is Govea. He's looking for a shot. He'll turn and shoot, and it will be Wenatchee ball as back there chasing after it. Closest to the end line was John Walker with 45 seconds left.
They've got some time here. They should be able to get a good quality shot if they work their offense.
Off to Plock. He's got 5 goals here. Out top it comes to Govea. They'll work it on the perimeter. Williams with it with 30 seconds. Williams starts the drive, fumbled the ball, look for it, can't find it, loose on the ground. Then the long stick comes up with it for CHIAWANA. That's Levitt. He'll feed over to the right side. There's time here. Inzuna with it. Now a pass, and it's a little high, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be another turnover by CHIAWANA.
Now they only have 14 seconds, so it'll be difficult for them to get a shot off, I think. They might just run this one out. We'll see.
Jorgensen has it in his goalie stick. He'll loft it up towards 3/4 of the field down the way it goes.
Kreider's got a shot.
Kreider will take a shot at the buzzer.
That's more of a pass than a shot.
And I said 11-0, 12-0 for Wenatchee, and that's what our score will be as we are now at halftime of this lacrosse matchup between two teams that are battling in the 4A Central standings. Wenatchee in second, CHIAWANA in third, and the Thunder have the big lead in halftime, 12-0. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. You're watching Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse on the NCW Live channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
peach Red Bull.
Halftime here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder lead CHIAWANA Riverhawks 12-0. And we'll get you a recap of that first half coming up in just a moment. First of all, our broadcast brought to you in part by the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee. Prides itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529. Also by One Way Construction, founded in 2000. One Way is a premier custom home builder and construction company in Leavenworth, Cashmere, Chelan, Wenatchee, and all of north central Washington. Whether your project requires general contracting, framing, concrete, or consulting services, they want to be part of making your vision a reality. They believe that great communication and customer service plays the most important role of a successful construction project. Find them on the web at onewayconstructionnw.com. Well, Ron Higley, that was a dominant first half. I don't think I've seen too many of these games here at the Apple Bowl that I've been able to call on the NCW Life Channel where Wenatchee dominated the team so much in one half of play.
Certainly that's the case. Typically when you broadcast a game, it's one of the better teams that are playing. Stanwood, Issaquah, whatever it might be. And CHIAWANA is better this year. They played better in the first game they played. So I think having those 5 guys out really has hurt them tonight. But Wenatchee certainly is out to play tonight. And they've been sloppy at times, but 12-0 at halftime is a good score.
Well, and let's recap that scoring. There's a lot of it here in this first half of play as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder would get on the board first, and it would be Sam Williams with the first tally of the game on an assist from Ben Higley with the 9:36 mark of the first quarter. 1-0 at that point, and just 26 seconds later, Ben would get his first goal of the game on an assist. And I read my own handwriting here, and I can't even see what the heck I wrote down here.
Is that Williams? No.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who got the assist on that one, but just 26 seconds later, and Wenatchee was up by a score of 2-0. Then it was kind of a little back and forth, a little midfield play. Wenatchee, lots of opportunities, but nothing to show for it. In fact, they took a timeout in that stretch, and you mentioned Coach probably had something to say of, boys, we're over halfway through this first quarter of play, and we're only up 2-0. We're getting the chances. We got to make those chances count.
Right, and then they turned around and got 3 quick goals.
They did. 3:24 left in the first would be the next tally. And, again, that would be the second goal of the game by Sam Williams on the assist by Ben Higley. That made it 3-0 with Wenatchee Valley on top. And then here comes the Tristan Plock show. He would score 3 times over the next 59 seconds, believe it or not, as he would tally a goal with 3:14 to go. And that made it 4-0. And then 2:36 to go. That made it 5-0. And then 2:25 to go. That made it 6-0 Wenatchee. And to add a little salt in the wound to wrap things up in that first quarter of play with 47.5 seconds to go, getting his first goal of the game would be John Walker. And that would make it 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Meanwhile, Tristan Plock says, I'm not done yet. And he and Ben would have the Ben and Tristan show. 11:13 to go in the first half of play. Another goal for Plock, his 5th of the game. Or 4th of the game at that point. That would make it 8-0. Ben would make it 9-0. 7:37 to go in the first half. And then Ben, with a couple of goals in a row, would make it a hat trick for him on the night at 6:19 on the assist from Tristan Plock. A little 2-man game there. 10-0 at that point with 6:19 remaining in the half. And then Tristan Plock again would get his 5th goal of the game on an assist from Mason Dahlbeck with 3:55 remaining. Makes it 11-0. And again, 45 seconds later, they get the face-off. Strom kind of helps kick it to himself and then feeds, and they get it to, back to Strom again for the goal. 3:10 to go in the first half of play. And Jake makes it 12-0 at that point. And again, just domination in that first half. I've got Wenatchee for 17 shots on goal in that first half to 4 for CHIAWANA. 6 turnovers for the Thunder. I know that Coach Brandon Parker will talk to him about better handling of the ball. And again, it doesn't seem so much like those turnovers are forced. Unforced errors with just passing.
And that's really been a problem this year is the unforced turnovers. I mean, you don't blame the guys when they've got a guy all over them, at least not so much. I mean, you got to make the pass, right? but they have had some bad passes, some low passes, some that guys either dig out or the guy needs to make a better pass.
13 turnovers unofficially for CHIAWANA in that first half of play, and so if you're Wenatchee, you're thinking, okay, 13 turnovers by them. We've got 12 goals on the board. Oh, we'll say it's we're 12 for 13 on turnovers, turning it into point. Not necessarily the case, but if you're Wenatchee, you're feeling pretty good right now. And now the key, especially if you're looking a little bit ahead, now you got another half to play, and you're in pretty comfortable lead here, is don't let anything happen on the defensive end, because you just can't afford to let a goal score with that match against Richland coming up on Thursday night. We're going to take another 2-minute break and come back, get you ready for second half action. It is Wenatchee on top of CHIAWANA 12-0 here at halftime. We'll come your way next with the second half after this 2-minute break on the NCW Live channel.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Just about ready for second half action here for Wenatchee Valley Thunder Lacrosse on the NCW Live channel. Along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Grandstrom here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Well, if you're the coach for CHIAWANA, what do you tell your kids at halftime? I mean, you're down 12. Dauber's got to get down a little bit. It's been a kind of a tough season. You come in 2-5 in league play, 4-10 overall. You're playing obviously a much better team. Yeah. So what do you do?
I think you just try and win each possession. Let's make some positive things happen. Let's try and win a quarter. Let's try and make this a game here in the second half and just start it over at 0-0 because there's not a good chance that they're going to win this game. So let's just get positive movement going forward.
Well, looking at the season for CHIAWANA, they have not been shut out, not one time this season. They have scored at least 2 goals. Well, they had one game earlier against Wenatchee where they lost 13-1, but that was the only game where they scored just 1 goal. The rest of the games, they've scored 2 or more all season long. So
and they've beat some teams this year. I think they beat a team out of Spokane, and they beat that Hermiston team.
Right.
So, they've had some good wins.
Yeah, their biggest win of the season was against Ferris out of Spokane, a close one, 16-15, but 16 goals in that one. They did score 15 against McNary of Oregon earlier this season as well. Well, the loose ball on the faceoff comes up in the hands of Wenatchee as Ben Higley will get it in the box here, and he'll start the offense as they work it around the perimeter out there along with John Walker and Tristan Plock, who's got 5 goals in this one. Lucas Job is out there for Wenatchee along with Jake Strom on the offensive set here. Strom has it between the hash marks. Pass over right side. Go ahead.
You don't like to see those passes on the ground. There's been 2 on the ground already, so Wenatchee's got to kind of pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's one thing to try to skip it in on a shot on the goal, but it's another thing. You just want to be crisp and stick to stick on the passing.
Definitely.
Anytime it touches the ground, you just never know what's going to happen. Nice pass in front. Higley was right there.
I thought he would take that shot.
Nope, he gave it up back behind to Strom. Outside it comes as they'll work it clear out top to Walker. John Walker will give it up to Tristan Plock. Plock on the drive. Bodies converge, feeds, and Strom can't field it cleanly and is chased from behind. Strom just uses his body as a shield there so Ben Higley can come up with the ball. Higley has it over in the corner.
Jake may still have his face-off stick with him, and it is a little different mouth on those, so that may be one of the reasons he's having a hard time throwing the ball.
Looking for a shot was Job. Instead, he'll back it out to Dahlbeck. Mason working on the defense of Ryan Sullivan. Will pass off to Strom. Strom outside. I think that was intended for Plock, and Walker was there. Higley now back down low, turn around, shot, and off the side of the net. No good on the shot, Lucas Job, and CHIAWANA comes up with the ball.
I'd like to see Wenatchee have a little intensity on this ride just to kind of get the half off to a good start. And they do.
And they're, again, just making it just life miserable trying to get that ball across midfield.
Bert Zontek comes up with the ground ball.
Now, Zontek was on the offensive side and then went across the 50, then came back across. That's okay?
He was playing long stick midfield at the face-off.
Oh, so you can. Okay.
Yeah.
This time it's going to be an over and back, though, so a turnover on Wenatchee. Unofficially, they're 7th here at the game.
He's falling back to play defense now, but I think he's just playing long stick. They're playing 4 long sticks out there.
Okay, gotcha. Sullivan with it. He'll pass it off, and Andrew Gadd comes up with it. Gadd, a diminutive one out there, cannot get up high enough. This ball goes over and back on CHIAWANA and will be over to Wenatchee.
Yeah, CHIAWANA showed a little intensity on that first face-off, but I'm afraid that if Wenatchee controls this ball a little bit, they're going to lose interest pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. So Wenatchee with the ball. They've got it down in the right corner as Walker will pass it across to Plock. Again, a little low on that pass. And again, low out top it comes to Govea. And again, low over to Dahlbeck. So working everybody's lower back here is Wenatchee on the offensive passing. Dahlbeck gives it up. Back down low it comes as Ben Higley has a hard time collecting it. He does. Almost stepped on the end line there. Tight ropes it up. Gives it up to Plock. Plock on the right side. Crosses over. Here's the drive by Williams. The shot and the goal. Sam Williams collecting his 3rd goal of the night for Wenatchee. It's 13-0.
That's nice to see Sam get that 3rd goal. I think Wenatchee is maybe going to try and work the ball around at least a couple of times before they take shots. I mean, you don't want to just annihilate the team.
Right.
Because they did pass up a couple of pretty good shots.
They really did, and maybe the word on the sidelines was, hey, let's give the guys that haven't had a lot of goal chances a chance to score.
That could be too.
That type of thing. As Williams did a nice job of collecting it. I think that was Tristan Plock on the assist on that one, if I remember correctly. There was a lot of passing that was going on there. Strom again wins the faceoff here for Wenatchee. Those are very important as you look ahead to that game. And maybe Reiner not available for the game against Richland, so Strom might have the duties pressed upon him in that final game of the regular season to take on the Richland Bombers coming up next Thursday here at the Apple Bowl. Be sure and be here for that. It's going to be a Donnybrook. And speaking of the battle, Strom comes up with it. Plock will get it, but we're going to get a whistle on the far side. It will be a ball here for Wenatchee.
I think he had a push against CHIAWANA.
Yeah, the ball was loose when there was a push that went on.
So they'll start it over from the other side over there.
So, go ahead.
Jake Strom really was a face-off specialist up until a couple of years ago. So, I mean, that was his deal. So, hopefully he'll kind of get his thing back for these next couple of games if Jake Renner can't go.
Ben Higley has to collect a loose ball out towards midfield. He'll come up with it. He'll pass it off, and now Wenatchee kind of has the numbers. The shot here from the left side by Plock. Skies up into the air after it ricocheted off of the goalie, and will it go out of bounds? It was close over on the far side. Finally goes out of bounds. And whose ball will it be?
I think they're getting it to CHIAWANA.
Yep.
No real possession there. So.
Right. So no turnover if you don't have possession. It'll be a long stick that comes up with it, and then he'll feed across. And again, boy, they've certainly had their problems with the turnovers in midfield. Here has CHIAWANA in this one. That's 15 turnovers in the game unofficially. Ball loose on the ground again. Who's going to come up with it? Wenatchee. Sticks are flying, legs are flying, arms are flying, and then finally Ben Higley comes up with it. Then he lost it. Then he'll try to get after it again. Jake Strom whacking at somebody trying to get the ball free.
He got the ball, I think, but there's a whistle.
And we're going to get a timeout taken on the field. So we will take a 60-second break and come back as well. 5:43 to go here in the third. Wenatchee in charge over CHIAWANA, 13-0. You're watching lacrosse tonight on the NCW Life Channel.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support. Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today. Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Welcome back once again here to Leibofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Our broadcast brought to you by The Windmill, the time-tested restaurant providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Open 7 days a week, 4:30 to 9. Call 509-665-9529. And Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning. They service all brands of commercial and residential HVAC systems. Call 509-884-6444 for more information.
I think that's a good timeout by Coach. The team just looked a little sloppy out there, and it's like, hey, come on, guys, let's make something positive happen here. They've only got one goal here in the quarter, and you know, they need to do a little bit more than what they've been doing.
And that's the tough thing too. The supposition maybe was at halftime. Okay, take your foot off the throttle a little bit.
Maybe.
So I mean, you're either on or you're off. I mean, it's difficult to tell a thoroughbred. Okay, take it easy on the backstretch.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, take it easy, but don't play bad.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So the timeout by Wenatchee, and Coach Parker getting a chance to straighten in the troops out here. Wenatchee ball after the timeout. With 5:43 to go, 13-0 our score, as we've yet to have a goal scored here in the second half.
Just one goal in the second half. Wenatchee got that one goal by, was it Sam Williams in the second half?
No, Williams scored at the end of the half. It was 13-0.
Was it 13-0 at the half?
Yeah, at the half.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That was in the third. My apologies. On the assist from Plock, and that was at the 8-minute mark. That's what screwed me up. Okay, got it.
Yeah, Mason Dahlbeck starting it out there for Wenatchee.
So Wenatchee on the offensive set. They'll work it across here on the near side along the hash marks to Job. Lucas thought he lost the ball, still had it. And that's the tough thing about trying to cradle it and do that run and rocking it back and forth. Sometimes you can get whacked on the arm and think you've lost the ball.
Yeah, you know, they're real defenders. They'll get underneath and they'll lift that stick and pop that ball out, you know. So get it on the hands and on the stick. Another save by the CHIAWANA goalie.
Nice job by Breslow there as Dahlbeck took the shot from about 17 yards away. Breslow will throw it mid and right there, stepping in front of Sage Kreider. That was gorgeous.
He's done such a good job with that this year. It's been fun to watch.
Another turnover for the CHIAWANA Riverhawks as Wenatchee will wait to get some bodies in here. CHIAWANA can press here.
That's
and meanwhile, in close with the shot was John Walker, looking for his second of the night. Can't quite pull it off.
I thought he was going to bury that one.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be in here to Wenatchee as Higley will have it behind with 4:30 to go in this third quarter.
Looks like Ben's going to take a run at it. He slips.
Higley pressed from behind the net and
gave it away.
But right there giving it back is CHIAWANA.
Now they've got another one.
Take
that opportunity.
Higley on the left side. And another interception on a poorly passed there by John Walker.
They're going to get the ball back here, I think. Yeah, that's Wenatchee ball.
And it will go out of bounds and another turnover.
Yeah, that number 8 for CHIAWANA, Peter Comfort made a nice interception there against that pass of John Walker.
A little low on the pass again to Dahlbeck. He'll come up with it, however. Defended over there by Caleb Levitt. Dahlbeck will pass left over to Govea. Then they'll come out top again. Govea backing away, waiting for everybody to converge. He'll shoot, and it's a little left of the goal mouth. And it will be out to Wenatchee. I don't think the defender there, Josh Needham, saw that there was a Wenatchee player right there on the end line.
Tristan Plock just kind of standing there waiting for the whistle.
Speaking of Plock, he'll come out and try to get his 6th goal of the night, but shoot it wide to the right.
He missed that one by about 5 yards or 3 yards anyway, so, didn't quite have the same.
He likes to go at that weak side when he comes back from behind the goal there. Higley will have it, and the whistle blows, 2:53 to go. With just 1 goal scored so far here in the second half by the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. No-look pass out top to Dahlbeck. He'll give it up to Govea. He'll go back behind to Higley. Ben drives, spins, works it back behind. Plock with it. He'll shoot, and it will be ricocheting off of, I think that almost hit the upright, and then will ricochet left, and it will be Wenatchee ball again. Well, one thing's for sure, Wenatchee's doing a great job having that body back there on those missed shots so that they collect the ball again.
That's awareness from both the attackman and also the shooter to know that the shot's backed up.
Govea, left-handed shot. Ooh, off the mark. It trickled in the goal and will be in. It hit off of the stick of Breslow and then trickled and had some English on it and squirreled back inside the mouth of the goal for Wenatchee Valley.
Yeah, I'd like to see Rhett score that goal, but unfortunate for the goalie that time because he did make a nice block on the play.
1:53 to go here in the third as Govea gets his first goal of the night. It's now 14-0 Wenatchee on top.
You'd like to see Wenatchee score, 19, 20 goals in this game. You don't want to, blow it out to the point where it's ridiculous, but you'd like to see them, keep the pressure on a little
Wenatchee
bit.
scored 18 earlier this season against Hermiston, 19 against Hanford in a shutout. I'm sure they'd love a similar result here tonight.
Looks like, Jake almost had it, but he
nearly put his knee down on top of it. That wouldn't feel too comfortable having your knee bone come down on top of that ball.
That ball's still loose out there.
And who's going to get it? Finally, the Thunder does.
Alan Butcherite.
Nice job by Butcherite there. And quickly scampering off the field is Zontek, and he'll give way to Lucas Job to come in the offensive set. Meanwhile, Wenatchee with it behind the net as they'll go right side on the far side to Ben Higley. Again, Dahlbeck will come out here for the Thunder. Higley says, okay, we got everybody where I want them to be. Now the left-handed pass, the fake, the turn, the shot. Oh, off to the left on the shot by John Walker. But a good look there. Good pass from Ben.
Good look, and the defender, I think, just get right in on his hands and disrupted that follow-through on that shot.
Plock has it. He'll come out right and then turn.
I don't think there was an angle on that one.
Tried to go near side this time. And Wenatchee comes up with a loose ball. Crosses over to Higley. Ben turns and spins. Will feed back behind. And now with it is Walker. He'll come outside to Plock. Plock again. Try to go far side post. Just can't quite squeeze it in there. That's an awfully tight angle and a very narrow hole to try to shoot at.
It really is. I think he's maybe getting a little frustrated right now.
Higley's going to shoot. His ball skips up high, goes over the top of the goal, and that'll be the end of our third quarter of play. All Wenatchee here against CHIAWANA. We'll take a 60-second break, get ready for the fourth and final frame, 14-0. The Thunder lead it. We'll be back after this on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
So goals by Williams and Govea here in the third quarter give Wenatchee a 14-0 lead here over CHIAWANA as we get ready for the fourth and final frame here at Liebofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by BioSports Physical Therapy, providing the best environment, most qualified, experienced therapists in North Central Washington. You have the right to select your healthcare team. Why wouldn't you choose the best? Choose BioSports. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control, your local North Central Washington pest control experts, serving Wenatchee, Chelan, Leavenworth, Quincy, Moses Lake, Ephrata, and everywhere in between. Call 509-797-0090. That's 797-0090. Along with Ron Higley, Eric Granstrom with you. Well, final frame here, Coach. 12 minutes to go in this one. You still want to keep the shutout intact?
You know, I really think that Wenatchee needs to look a little better in this fourth period than they did in that third period. You know, like you said, maybe Coach told them to take the foot off the pedal a little bit and ease up a little bit, but passes weren't crisp, shots weren't on goal. You know, so they can do a better job than that. So, like you said, let's keep the shutout going and let's take good possessions, get good shots.
I saw some warming up happening down in the Wenatchee goal mouth here. I thought maybe they might be making a change. They do not, as Jack Jorgensen stays in there. I think that's 99.
Yeah, that's Jack.
Okay.
The backup goalie is Karsten Reiner. He's a freshman on the JV team. He does a great job, and I think he has actually played in a couple of varsity games this year, a little bit, maybe down in California when there was a little extra time down there, but I think. But he has done a good job for the JV team. JV has been real successful this year.
I like where they start the quarter with a face-off. It's the only play in sports. You look at basketball, you look at, I guess hockey has a face-off. But so many sports, it's just, okay, it's your ball, you take it out type of thing. I was also thinking about something else with this wind blowing here today as we have a loose ball on the ground. Wenatchee trying to get after it, and a little scoop there, and it will be scooped up by John Walker, but he stepped out of bounds. So a turnover by Wenatchee. With the wind in the forecast, I was looking at that coming up today. With this hard ball that they have in lacrosse, I assume that this game, unlike probably most outdoor sports, isn't affected by wind at all, is it?
Very little. I mean, because it is a pretty substantial ball, you know. So, but you do have that effect when you on your body and everything else.
Sure.
It throws things off just a little bit. But yeah, you don't want a bunch of wind. You get dust in your eyes and other stuff going on. So you don't want, you'd like a night like this to play lacrosse.
Right. I guess as far as affecting the flight of the ball, unlike any other ball sport that's outdoors. I mean, you look at baseball, you look at football, you look at even golf. The effect the wind has or can have on a ball, not necessarily a big problem here in lacrosse.
No, definitely on your golf game. I know that when you get up in here.
Please blow from right to left if it's going to blow, because I need help with my slice.
Number 9 at Highlander. I think I've tried to hit that gap I don't know how many times and had it come back at me.
No kidding.
Again, the ball on the ground.
That's where you don't want to blow right to left there, because that'll blow you off in the canyon. So it's Wenatchee ball as they work it around on the perimeter. I'm sure that was the word, is let's have some crisper passing as Tristan Plock will turn, he'll shoot, and he'll score.
He's been frustrated. He hadn't had a goal in the third quarter, you know, so he finally gets his 6th goal of the game, right? Or is that his 7th?
It is his 6th goal of the game. Higley on the assist. 10:03 to go. And actually, Ron, we saw him at the end of the third quarter where he'd taken a shot at a very tough angle. He was dejected. I mean, he just stood there after that, put his stick up across his helmet, and he just looked extremely frustrated.
He's an emotional kid, and I think Coach knows that, and that's probably why he's got him out there shooting. You know, it's like, let's get, you know, Tristan. He's just a kid that you want to just keep going, keep the momentum going.
So Plock had 3 goals in the first quarter, had 2 in the second, and now a goal here in the fourth. What a night. And Jake Strom, what a night, as he comes up with
he's going to take that one.
Face-off and runs right down.
But Sage is right there to intercept the outlet.
How about that? Yet another turnover here for CHIAWANA, unofficially 21 turnovers here in this contest.
Yeah, you're not going to win many games when the ball's on the ground and being thrown away like that.
That many times. So John Walker now with it for Wenatchee. He'll get right in front and shoot. And, boy, how many point-blank shots have Wenatchee had in this one? And somehow Breslow able to come up with the stops.
He's had, there's 15 goals, but there's been so many shots by Wenatchee, so he is actually playing better in the second half.
Ball loose on the ground, and it will be Breslow that comes up with it. That's not the easiest thing to do, I imagine, with that fishing net out there to try to scoop up a loose ball, but he's able to, and we are going to get a timeout taken on the field with 8:37 to go here in the fourth. 15-0, Wenatchee on top. We're back after this on the NCW Life Channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
After the timeout, it is 15-0 Wenatchee on top, and Thunder had possession, so I assume they got the timeout there, I believe.
CHIAWANA, their goalie, recovered that ground ball.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
So that they're going to start it out in their own end and have to clear it out.
You were watching down here in the huddle, a man for Wenatchee with a sweatshirt on. What were you saying?
Yeah, so Easton Hudson's got his sweatshirt on. He hasn't played there in the second half. So, he's had a hamstring and a knee problem this year as well. I hope that's not the case. He was smiling pretty big, so I think they just said, hey, we really don't need him in this game. Let's not take the chance of getting him hurt.
Sure. Well, he certainly had some
great plays.
Yeah, absolutely. An impact on this game. Yeah. We will say that.
Yeah, he's been impactful all year, and there's been a few games where he's been hurt they've really felt it.
So a CHIAWANA ball after the timeout, and again a bad pass, and, well, maybe not a bad pass necessarily. Not able to receive it is Peter Comfort. And so it's Wenatchee ball after their 22nd turnover here in the game.
He's a ninth grader, so you've got some young guys out there for CHIAWANA.
Oh, and a nice job there as Eli Barajas comes over and knocks the Wenatchee player out of bounds, and so it's over to CHIAWANA.
Realistically, Wenatchee's freshmen and sophomores are all playing JV. With the exception of Josh Bouchon, you don't have a sophomore on this varsity team.
CHIAWANA nearly lost it again, but Josh Needham comes up with it. The long stick will bring it into the box, but then his pass is too tall, and Andrew Gadd has to go out of bounds, and it's out to Wenatchee.
Yeah, Josh Bouchon is just really stepped up this year. With Cole Hansen going down with the injury, he's been the key guy for stopping people on the defense. And Sage Kreider's done an amazing job, too.
Well, you figure with Cole Hansen, they've had, 14 seniors on this club. So definitely senior-dominated team for Wenatchee Valley this year. And I know that they had hoped to get further in the playoffs. But you got to get yourself into the playoffs first and then take care of business one game at a time.
They'll get a playoff game. They'll get that play-in game to get into the playoffs at the very least, So I think they're going to get a run at it, and hopefully they'll have some good success.
Well, they could possibly get that number one seed and get the home field advantage still with that game in the
against Richland next week.
The foreground coming up against Richland on Thursday.
Yeah, that's a big game for them for sure.
So Wenatchee with the ball. They're working on the perimeter here as we wind down. 6:40 to go in the contest. Wenatchee's been in charge since early going as they led it 7-0 at the end of one. Here's Tristan Plock, and he will score this time over the top of the head of the goalie, Jonathan Breslow. And Tristan Plock comes up with his 7th goal of the night.
That's a huge night. I mean, there's a kid for Richland that is leading the state in scoring this year, but Tristan in the league play is just right behind him in goals.
Well, and with Richland not playing again until Thursday, it gives Tristan a chance to catch him and maybe surpass him.
Well, I don't know.
You have a game, 7-goal game.
They think the kid's averaging like 5 goals a game or something like that.
That's something else.
Yeah. He's good, too. I mean, Richland's a good team this year. There's no question about it.
Well, I highly encourage folks to come out and watch on Thursday night. 7 o'clock game here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl as Wenatchee will host Richland in that battle for first place. Come on out and watch your Thunder. By the way, there's no cost to come in and watch these games. A little push from behind there as the loose ball still on the ground. And who's going to come up with it? Still loose. And still loose. And then finally Strom comes up with it near midfield.
He needs to pass it up, but it's down again.
Yeah, you were talking about the difficult for him to handle it in traffic when he's got the face-off stick. Now the CHIAWANA gets it up to a long stick as Escalera passes it away.
They've got an opportunity. They almost got a goal there. They had, number 3 had a shot, but couldn't get it in.
Had an injured player near midfield here, but he's back on his feet again. So the Riverhawks with it, and they pass it out front to Orozco. Orozco feeds it around the right side. We haven't been talking about their offensive sets hardly at all in this entire game.
This may be one of their better possessions.
And an underhanded shot there by Andrew Gadd. But again, how about the play of Jack Jorgensen this season for Wenatchee Valley?
Oh, he's come up big. And here comes Luke Job. So, yeah, Wenatchee survived a little barrage there with a offensive possession from CHIAWANA for a change.
And it was awfully close to a goal, and Wenatchee knowing they can't afford to give up one. So the coaching staff wants to talk to the kids. 4:35 to go in this one. 16-0 Wenatchee on top. The big idea now is to keep that goose egg on the board for the visitors. We'll come back with it more after the 60-second timeout.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We'll do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
I invite you to join in for the Kais Fiber Youth Parade tomorrow morning with yours truly and Julie Agins-Kuntz. That'll be right here live on the NCW Live Channel as we help the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival celebrate 100 years. Be sure and join us for that tomorrow morning. We'll take the air at about 10:45 with the parade starting at 11. We're going to be right next door here at Triangle Park for a new view that if you haven't been to the top of the parade route, you've never seen before. The assembly that happens and the organized chaos that happens at the top of the parade route as they get everybody ready to go. We've got 80 some odd entries in the parade this year for the youth parade, so be sure and join us for that tomorrow morning right here on the NCW Live Channel. So after the timeout by Wenatchee, it is Thunderball as they'll work it on the perimeter here. What do you think Coach Parker was telling them?
Good possessions. If you're going to take a shot, it better be a good shot, but take your time. I mean, let's finish this game and finish the shot out.
I don't know if they put a shot clock, if you will, in quotations there, as far as, hey, let's eat the ball for a minute at least before we take a shot. Dahlbeck had it, and then they gave it up. Now it comes back out top for Wenatchee to Lucas Job. Job to Ben Higley, back behind the block. Tristan approaches, double team comes, he'll feed, and then the shot taken, a little wide left by Walker, and Wenatchee back there with 3:45 to go.
It's probably more of a work it around at least twice before we take a shot, and let's get a good one.
Then watching the clock. And crisp passing, and that's something
definitely.
We're seeing a little bit better on this possession. I will say probably the better passing of the night for Wenatchee, as there have been a lot of low passes earlier in this one, but much crisper this time around. Walker behind the net will pass outside. Gouveia looked at it, won't shoot it. They'll go left, and with the shot.
That was Ben Higley with a shot, and Wenatchee stays in control.
That was a good defense over there by Schwendeman, who got his stick up and I think partially checked that shot by Ben, as we're down to just about 3 minutes left in regulation here in this one. Wenatchee looking for its 10th win of the season overall, their 7th win in league play.
They've lost 3 games in overtime, and they were ahead in all 3 of those games.
Wenatchee again holding the possession here, and this would be something else to say about Wenatchee's domination in this game if they can just hold this ball for the rest of this fourth quarter. Now the drive.
Whoa.
And a little bit high on the pass, and just as I say maintain possession, they give it away on a turnover, too high for Ben Higley.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but they've got an opportunity here to see if they can ride this clear and see if they can get the ball back.
Escalera with it over on the far side.
And
long stick for CHIAWANA.
That's not a bad move, letting the defender just bring the ball up like that.
Far side again on the pass. It's Needham with it. Needham will go down low. There's only been, 5 shots on goal in the game here for CHIAWANA. And now the drive.
I thought he had a shot there.
He was open there for a sec, but a good job by the defense as the ball's loose on the ground. Yeah. Everybody swiping at it.
So far, no one's come up with it, though.
Nope, and there it goes up in the air again, and Butcherite will come up with it. He'll come across midfield.
He's got some speed, too.
Long stick will get it in. Will he try to do the shot? Nope. Cross pass will go into the stick of Ben Higley with 1:40 to go here in the contest. Off to Tristan Plock. Plock approaches, cut off there.
He got called back, I think.
I think Brandon Parker says, no.
Somebody said something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it was.
Back with it now. He'll give it up to Govea. Rhett comes near side off of Sam Williams. Williams again on the drive. Had a parting of the seas there, but doesn't take the shot. Now in tight to Higley. Beautiful spin, shot, score. Ben Higley with another goal for Wenatchee to make it 17-0.
Well, he must have wanted some goals, but the clock hasn't stopped yet, so we got a run clock here, but you would think it would stop at this point. So I think the clock operator needs to press that button.
I don't know if they have, if it's a
run clock, but
even after a goal, they shut it down?
I guess not.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we're approaching the end of this game right now.
So we'll say 1:05 on the clock when that goal was scored by Ben Higley, making it 17-0. Jake Strom trying to get another face-off, and he does. And that's about 3 or 4 of those where he's been able to use the body to help himself out. Kicks it to himself. 24 seconds left. His
Ball's
pass
down.
deflected. Ground ball. Higley after it. Ben gets it. Ben will run back behind the goal with 13 seconds left.
I think they'll just run it out.
Run it out here. Hearing no holler down below as Ben Higley will have it with 3, with 2, with 1. And that will be it. The Wenatchee Thunder take care of business here at home at Lee Bofto Field and knock off the CHIAWANA Riverhawks by a final of 17-0. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. We'll be down field side to talk with Coach Parker. And I think we have to have some Tristan Plock conversation here on the post game as well if he'll join us.
Sounds
He's not,
good.
Not in too bad a mood. I think 7 goals on the night.
He kind of got it back together, right? Tough third quarter for him.
We will take a break and come back field side. Coming up next here on the NCW Life Channel. Don't go away.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Paprika mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support. Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today. Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Welcome back here on the post-game show on the NCW Life Channel. I'm with Rod Higley. I'm Eric Granstrom. As the Wenatchee Valley Thunder take care of business here at home tonight and knock off CHIAWANA by a score of 17-0, and a huge game for Tristan Block. We hope to have him join us. In fact, he'll join us here in just a moment.
Yeah, 7 goals tonight for Tristan? Yeah. Was he shut out in the third quarter only?
He was. Yeah, in fact, Tristan, come on in here. Join us here on our post-game show. Tristan Block joining us here on the NCW Life Channel. Well, Tristan, let's see. How many times have you scored 7 goals in one game before?
I gotta say that was definitely a first time, but it was nice. Our defense did phenomenal. Our offense was just, everything flew tonight, and it was awesome to see.
Now, I did notice there in the third quarter you were shut out. You took a shot right before the end of the third. You looked a little frustrated out there.
I did. We wanted to set up our offense a little bit more, and it was best for the team that we just kind of ran our offense, and because we have a big game coming up, Richland, of course. Right. So us working on our offense and kind of going more through the motion so we can practice things that we would be able to do better in Richland, because last time we weren't able to do so well against them. So
I know you guys don't want to look past this game, CHIAWANA. You just never know what's going to happen. For sure. But did you guys felt pretty confident coming into this one?
It was good. Confidence. We came into the game knowing last time that we played them we did very well. But it's lacrosse, and you never really know what's going to happen. So
it looks like you and Ben Higley have a nice 2-man game going there.
Yes, sir. Tell me, Jake Strom.
You have quite the pocket there on the left side of the goal.
Yeah.
Is that like your sweet spot or what?
Yeah. So I on the off season I have a goal in my backyard, and the angle of our backyard that's the only angle I can shoot. So I just sit there and I shoot that shot over and over and over.
That's a pretty small window to fit that ball in.
Yeah. I've hit my window a couple times, but nothing's been broken, so it's nice.
Well, let's talk about this club. I know you guys have some guys that are banged up, and I know you hope to get maybe some help coming back on Thursday.
Yes, for sure.
But talk about that match with Richland. I know it was a tight game down there.
Yeah. So up against Richland, we came out strong. We had some really good goals, and then we didn't really necessarily shut down, but as the game went on, it became more and more their game. and we were playing from behind. And as a team, we're good at playing behind. Like we've had a couple games where we've had to, and we've had some very close calls when we went down to California, and it was really nice because we get to play them again. So everything that we did, we're able to come back and practice it and look at film, watch it, make sure that everything that we go into is 100% from everywhere.
Now, I was listening to some of the conversation with the coaching staff before the game today. They were talking about, well, we need to shut out, we need this, we need that. Do you guys pay attention to that?
Me, not necessarily. I mean, I show up to every game, play my game. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter the team. I mean, it's more fun when there's a lot more fans and everyone's cheering us on, and that happens more when we play games like Richland. But it was nice. Fans were awesome tonight. Got to play some good lacrosse.
Well, 7 goals, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job, Tristan.
Tristan Plock joining us here on the postgame show on the NCW Life Channel. We're going to take a break, come back, and talk with Coach Parker about how he feels about this one as they get ready for Richland next week. We'll come back with more right after this on the NCW Life Channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Paprika Mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back once again here to the postgame show on the NCW Life Channel as the Wenatchee Thunder take care of business at home, knocking off CHIAWANA by a score of 17-0. 7 goals for Tristan Plock. I don't know if you draw it up that way, Coach Brandon Parker, but boy, a little bit of everything. I think he had 7 different guys score tonight.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Tristan, great game to Tristan, and I know he just talked to you guys. So, and I think this was probably one of his best showings ever. So, he's really dialed in and focused for the future in the next round of games. Everybody got opportunities. I mean, we came in with a game plan. We needed to dominate. We needed to play really good offense, keep the ball moving, and everything we did worked really well. So I'm very excited about what the next game will bring in the next game, and if we can have today's kind of momentum into the future, I think we'll be in good shape.
It kind of looked like that old game you played in the back car on a long trip where you have the marble on the board, and that marble was in their end all night long.
Yeah, they didn't have many opportunities. We had a press on the ride where we had poles out there. We set it up that way. We didn't want them to have the ball, so we really wanted to have a shutout tonight, and we wanted to practice some defensive things that we hadn't done so far.
Let's talk about that defense. I was impressed with how you made life difficult for them in the midfield. They could barely get it past midfield to get it in your end, and I thought that was Bouchon. It was some other guys that were stepping in front, intercepting balls, things like that. It was impressive.
Yeah, thank you. All of the guys that were the focus was I'd say Sage, Josh.
Yeah, Sage Carter had another great game.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and Alan.
Butcher, right? Yeah.
Right. Yep. So we tried to bring a press at that midfield, and anytime they got the ball, we had long poles on them, we had sticks on them, and we're hoping that they weren't going to get the breaks. They had a couple of opportunities, and I think we got lucky a couple times, but and Jack made the few saves he needed to. But that was the plan, to bring that kind of pressure.
Let's also talk about Jake Strom and his ability to do the face-off, winning the majority of those tonight. It's interesting to watch his style, much different than Jake Reiner, using his body quite a bit, and he used it to his advantage.
Right, so they have 2 different styles. They both are really good at winning the initial clamp. Jake has a style of using, or they're both Jake.
Yeah.
Jake Strom uses his body. He kicks the ball out a lot. He can flick it back to the other poles. Mm-hmm. Jake Reiner has a lot of speed, so he can get that ball out. He can get it, and he's a little bit quicker just with his legs. So, but they're both top face-off guys. Jake lived in Colorado for a little bit. He was a nationally ranked face-off guy. This is Strom.
Yeah.
I call Jake Reiner, and I call.
And that's what Rod talked about before the game a couple years ago. Jake Strom was your guy on face-offs.
Right, and Jake Reiner has stepped up to be just as good. Yeah. So very impressed with them. The whole offense, the defense. It was a great game for us. You know, a lot of great momentum moving forward.
Well, and speaking of moving forward, you wanted to get that shutout tonight. You get that taken care of. Now you got Richland in your sights.
Yeah, well, we have one more game, so we can't overlook that game.
That's true.
Right,
that's true.
On Tuesday, and then we do have a big game against Richland. But like I said, they're a really good team, and they played us really well last week. So the best I can do is try to prepare these guys to play the best game they can and give Richland the best competition that we can bring. But they're no walkover. I mean, they're a really good team. I mean, we are the underdog, and they are definitely out to get us. So. But tonight was a good example of how I think we can bring some momentum there.
So well, we've been on TV, of course, live tonight on the NCW Live channel, channel 12 and 19 here locally. We're streaming. I know you got folks in California, you got people all over the place that are watching.
Yeah, my parents are actually in Hawaii right now.
Oh, okay.
And they're watching the game.
Aloha.
Aloha, Mom and Dad. They're actually in Maui watching the game. So you know that's how much this program means to the community, to the people, to the families, and the fact that you guys cover this. It's wonderful because we have people all around that love to watch it and support the program and support the team. So
well, I'm hoping to cross my fingers when we get a home playoff game here so we can come back and do it again.
I'm hoping. Well, we will have a home playoff no matter
in that
what.
play-in, right.
Yeah, right. Either way. So hopefully you guys will be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And I have one more thing to say, which was to my daughter Ellie again.
Oh.
So tonight I said hi Ellie, and we had such a good game that I might have to keep that tradition going.
Okay.
She's still at home sitting there on her iPad watching the game. So hi Ellie, I'll see you tomorrow at the parade, and thanks for the support.
Yeah, and we'll have the parade here on the NCW Live channel. We're going to come back and wrap it up with Rod in just a moment. Again, Wenatchee knocks off CHIAWANA 17-0. Thank you, Coach, for taking the time.
Yeah,
we appreciate
thank you.
it.
And it's great having your voice back.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll come back with more and wrap it up here from the Apple Bowl next on the NCW Live channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We'll do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
One more time around here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Valley Thunder are victorious tonight by a score of 17-0. Recapping the scoring, well, we won't go through them all because there's a lot of them, but 7 goals on the night for Tristan Plock. And again, thanks for Tristan for joining us here on the NCW Live channel. 4 goals for Ben Higley, 3 goals for Williams. You've got a goal each for Walker, for Strom, and for Govea. Nice balanced attack to get all those guys in.
Yeah, it's nice to spread it around a little bit, but Tristan Plock with the 7 goals tonight, that's just a huge night for him, and what a great kid to talk to. Yeah. I mean, he just did a nice job too. So all around, great game for Wenatchee.
Well, and one thing that I really appreciate, and I've been covering high school sports for a long time, is anybody that I've spoken with, player, coach, whatever, in this lacrosse program, very well spoken, very polite, good kids. I love that.
It's a culture, and it builds. It's been passed down from the older kids to the younger kids, and be respectful of your coach, be respectful of your teammates, and be respectful of your opponents. And it was a good game tonight. These guys played well. They kept supporting each other, and they didn't get down, even though they lost by 17-0.
We should mention, and I kept looking ahead to Richland. We can't do that because I got one at Hanford coming up at Sela on Tuesday, and then of course the big match with Richland here at the Apple Bowl on Thursday, and that's going to be a big one.
That's a big game, but Sela's a good team this year. A lot better than they've been in the past, and Wenatchee can't look past them. That's an important game. But this Richland game is going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun, and let's hope Wenatchee can win by 4 goals.
Yeah, battle for first place on Thursday night. Rod, thank you very much for joining me here on the broadcast. And thanks to our crew as well. Becca Freemuth back in the studios. Jessica Medina high up in the breeze tonight. And, of course, my lovely and talented wife behind camera, too, Marion Grandstrom. That's going to do it here for our broadcast tonight as Wenatchee knocks off CHIAWANA 17-0. You've been watching Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel was brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. This concludes tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.